And we're back. We're here for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen. Real Pro watch along. What? You already got something to say, Zach?
No, I was just saying it is the first time. Like I was agreeing with you. Like first time. Like that was a 1, not an excuse me.
I bet it was a hold on. I'm here with, of course, two men that you should know very well if you're fans of Real Pro history. I'm here with Zack Monstar, Dravin Frost. You may know them as the House of Wolves. They're friends. They're enemies sometimes. Tag team champions. So much so forth. How's everyone doing tonight?
We're doing the best that we can right now with this whole C virus going around. So other than that, just maintaining.
Zach, how about you, man? Are you still holding up? You still wrestling the alien?
I'm wrestling the alien, and I'm turning my yard into a CrossFit gymnasium. I think I'm going to take up parkour, guys.
Good luck. Let me tell you about hurting your knees.
I'm just going to jump off of things.
Yeah, well, there's pros and cons to that, so just let you know.
Right, don't forget Madhouse.
Yeah. Madhouse. Yeah.
You know what, Dravin? You're not my real dad. Yeah.
No, I'm your adopted dad, so we'll just leave it as that.
Oddly enough, Jordan, this is how creative meetings actually happen between me and Dravin. I call him up. We sit on the phone. I say I have an idea. He tells me it's not a good idea. I tell him he's not my real dad.
And then you do it anyway.
That's true.
This is how the actual House of Wolves was made. It's a fun fact.
Well, it's just like when he jumped off the boxcar at the outside show over at what was that one? Sidelines. He's like, I think I'm gonna jump off that. I'm like, don't do it. And he did it. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And then when we had the cage match, the first ever cage match, he's like, I'm gonna jump off of it. I said, don't do it. He's like, I'm never gonna have this opportunity again. I said, yes, you will, just not right now. And he still did it. So I mean,
You tried.
I tried to be the voice of reason for him, and try to give him.
I think we've all learned throughout my entire career, if it's something in the building that I can jump off of, I'm gonna jump.
Yeah, you know who else said that? New Jack.
Yeah, New Jack also stabbed people. I haven't done that.
Oh yeah,
yet.
Not yet. Yeah, no, you have stabbed people, just not with a knife. You're using skewers, so that's a little bit of a thing right there. So
I have yet and never will do a bunch of blow before I go out to the wrestling.
Well, save that for Draven.
No,
I will never be New Jack.
I will never do that. So I couldn't. I don't know how he did it, but whatever.
Just don't come to
Draven, watch your mouth. Kids, this is a kid's show. Kids watch this show.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said something. My bad. I apologize.
I said I would never do that stuff.
Oh, I thought you said fuck that. God damn it!
Of course. How easy is it to? It's so easy to manipulate him.
I always put that this is not made for kids. You have to specify that on YouTube now. So I always put no, and I'll definitely put no for this video.
Listen, man. The F word is a sentence enhancer. You can either be hungry or you can be hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you gotta say F it now. That's how you get around it. So,
freaking. So, that's what it is.
Is this going to be a rated R showing, or is this going to be a PG showing? Like, what do you want, Mr. O?
We've had one F-bomb, so we're past PG. We're PG-13 at the moment. We'll see how it goes.
Then let's try to keep it PG-13 at least.
All right.
At least
rated A.
So let's fucking get to it. Oh, dang it! Oh, sorry.
Did we already use our F-bomb?
I just knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. Let's travel back, my friends.
To when?
To August 4th of 2015. A little company spawned out of the death of NEW called Real Pro Wrestling.
Oh,
I hate that logo. I hate that logo so much.
It's a very Windows 95 logo, but we've upgraded since twice.
The Real Pro, it's not too bad at all. I mean,
Zach, you're
it is what it is.
Why did I represent CWE?
Well, that's what I was just about to ask.
Why did I
Because-
represent?
Title.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know. I think I was asked to do it at the point in time, so like that's what happened.
Mhm.
I don't know, Jordan.
At the time, we had a good relationship with them. I think even Chico has a belt at one point from them, and this is before obviously everyone left, and then that company died as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. Is it super choppy on your end, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jordan?
you guys watch it? Oh, it's not on mine, but maybe it's choppy on your end. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like
Okay,
it's
man.
like choppy, but
Does that
All
help?
right.
we're gonna find out. Oh man, there's that kid.
Yeah, we'll talk about the kid here pretty soon.
The notorious. It's funny too because like we didn't have a ring announcer that night, so like
Oh yeah.
we
I
had
didn't re-
Ethan. We had Ethan do the ring announcing for the entire show, which is funny because like later on he became like the advocate of the House of Wolves and stuff, and like
I was just about to ask, is he managing you? But that's right. Yeah, he was just the ring announcer for the first
Yeah.
few shows.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't managing anybody really at the time.
No, he's just the ring announcer those first
Yeah.
several shows.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny too because like D, like you weren't even supposed to wrestle me at this show.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I had that shirt that says "Don't worry, I got this. I'm a gamer" or something like that. And
Yeah, like you stepped up hard for that because like I want to say like I ended up talking to you like the week beforehand and I told you like what the situation was with who I
With
was
Ky-
supposed to be working. Yeah, how he like backed out or whatever. And you were like, "Fuck it, I'll do it. Let's go." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know the thing is too is that it's a CWE heavyweight championship match, and as soon as I jump into the ring, I shake Ethan's hand. I mean, like that was just bound to happen sooner or later, where we were going to go ahead and just come together as one. So, but
This was the first ever Madhouse match, wasn't it?
very
I
first,
believe
man.
so.
I remember
Yeah.
actually, that was the one thing I think that you were very adamant on booking for this show. I think I did the rest of the card, but you're like, hey, we're ending on the Madhouse match. We're doing a crazy main
Mhm.
event. That'll be the first ever main event of Real Pro. Leave them with something to remember here. And yeah, originally it was Michael Kyrane in the spot,
Mhm.
but not everyone wants to do business. So we're trying to think of who would do it, who would have a good match. And, obviously a good choice was Dravin here.
And the last time I did a hardcore match in any organization was in the backyard, and we used ladders. We had a microwave, we had pots and pans. Like, dude, that was rough. I mean, that was backyard wrestling, but I still did it. And I haven't had a match. I said, yeah, well, I don't trust any of these people because I don't want to get hepatitis or any kind of weird blood diseases. So I'm like, I'm not going to cut myself, or I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I can necessarily bleed. And, so this is actually my first hardcore match in a real wrestling ring. So I guess you kind of got that as well.
Love to see the packed out crowd here too. By the way, congrats on everyone that helped us get that packed crowd here. We had to get benches from the lobby to fit everyone in. That's always a problem I want.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
I
no,
agree.
for sure. Like we had that entire venue filled to the top, and like it's funny too because like you see Dan as like the referee, and if I'm right, this is the very first time that like I did anything with a cheese grater too.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Didn't we go shopping for this match like the day of?
me and you,
No.
You told me, hey, fans, bring the weapons, and I said, okay, well, what if they bring something that's going to be deadly? And you're just like, we're going to go over it first. Like someone brought a guitar, and for some odd reason, we didn't take it apart.
No.
So, oh man, I got the scars on my back for that one, man. Still, and you know what? For the record, I hated you wearing that blood on your face, man. I hate that so much. I couldn't grip his face. I couldn't get his head. I couldn't do nothing. Every time
That's the trick.
That's a crappy trick. That's a
great trick. It's like wrestling the naked oil guy. If you can't hold me, you can't hit me.
You can't catch me. You can't catch me.
This is also the match where I just had my front tooth removed and had to use a temporary flipper, and I popped it out.
Yeah.
So then that way it didn't break or I lost it or anything like that. So like a couple times where I had to yell, I couldn't really yell anything. I just had to keep it really low key because you can hear a lisp when I don't have my flipper in. So, and that was the crappy part about it too.
Were we actually wrestling?
Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah, everything was pretty solid. I mean, here we're doing arm drags and hip tosses and leg sweeps.
You guys should have ended on a backslide. First ever Madhouse match. 2 minutes in, backslide, call it, go home.
Man, I wish I would love to go back. Oh, that yeah. Let's do a double cross body. Where does that go? Nowhere.
Yeah, no, that I was there. Like
I'm saying you were there, but the thing was, it's like it was just funny how we just hit.
We hit it, so like we hit that, which we got a better result than most times because every other time you've ever hit that, you've overpowered them and actually cross-bodied them.
Every time. There's Zack.
Is this where we were getting the weapons?
Yeah.
No, you grabbed the kendo stick. You grabbed the kendo stick, and I grabbed the crowbar.
You grabbed a cane or something like that, and then we decided to do a lightsaber battle.
That's
right. It was the crowbar.
I grabbed the cane at first, and then I was like, "No, let's go crowbar," and we did. We did the lightsaber battle.
Which technically, like, that would have broken that kendo stick if we did it right.
I know. I hate that singlet, by the way. I absolutely hate that singlet.
Do you still have it?
I do, but like you never ever see it.
And Joe,
I hate everything.
What was that?
Do you have those tights?
I still have those tights. Yeah.
Check out eBay tonight. Going on auction.
Yeah, $200. Got to pay my mortgage. I'll tell you, man, getting hit with a kendo stick sucks so much. I would rather
because it seems like right here at this point in time, like it didn't hurt you at all to hit me with the kendo stick.
Yeah, there's the chair. I would rather but I'm saying in general, I hate getting hit with a kendo stick. I'd rather be hit with a chair because that kendo stick is so thin on that area of your back that it just hurts so much. There's the chair going up to block your dive because if I didn't block it, you would have gone right into those kids.
We would have went right into those kids. You know, I feel like at some point Real Pro has completely given up on like the safety of the viewers.
Well,
it's you.
We're gonna do a dive. The fans are like 2 feet away from the ring. Doesn't matter. We'll do a dive, and it doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't even matter where the dive happens because when we're sitting here and we're like going over everything, and I'm like, okay, so if we do it to the side that isn't with the crowd, we'll be fine. And it doesn't matter. Like, it never fails. Somebody is always ending up
on top of
the side with the crowd. Somebody's always ending up on the side where the crowd is, and somebody's always diving into the crowd. Look, this is where you had a relationship with the pole.
Yeah. It was actually, I mean, hey, I put you up there. This is when we're setting up for the cheese grater real soon. This is when you hit me with the pan or the trash can lid. That hurts too, man.
It's weapons. Everything hurts.
Yes. I think they all kind of hurt and sting, don't they?
Well, you know, when people are watching this, but oh man, does a kendo stick really hurt? Yes, it does. Take a broom and have your friend hit you with it. That's what it feels like.
I can attest, of course, I main evented with Tim Sarago once, so I also have been in a main event hardcore match.
Yeah, but like he like had like makeshift kendo sticks.
That's a fact.
Like
watermelon
kendo sticks. That was so fun fact. Somewhere in this video, I don't know where, but somewhere in this video, I took a bite of the watermelon after I broke it open, and
coming up,
I almost choked to death.
I hit you with the pool noodle. Think it's gonna do anything? I think it would have been awesome if someone put a stick in that pool noodle. That would have made so much more sense.
I'm so happy I didn't sell that pool noodle.
Well, it's funny too because when I do it, I like do like the home run slam move, and I'm standing there watching it, and you just turn around and just hit me. I'm like, that's perfect. It worked out so perfect too, man. It's like that's the whole thing. We're telling a story on how we're hurting each other with, huh?
I was just saying, is that a door?
Yeah, the door falls on me. Thankfully.
No, I pushed the door on you. I don't know if you saw that. Like as you were getting up, I saw the door there. So I just took my hand and I nudged it over, and I treated it like a domino.
Is that Brittany watching?
No,
Huh?
Brittany's inside. Oh, I don't know. I might have missed it. I think I missed it. She's always near the side where the stage is.
Yeah, she was right next to Tiny, I think.
Yeah.
Shout out to the crew that's still around to this day. Tiny. I see David in the background.
Mm-hmm. Which David?
Bigger, now smaller Dave, but he's there.
Oh, but yeah. Juggalo Dave.
Yeah, Juggalo.
You know.
Oh, that canvas was loose.
It really was. And I'm like looking at like the weapons that are there. So like the crowbar is literally right next to you, and I just hit that senton on your back, and I'm like, oh, like at the point in time, didn't even like realize it, but I'm like, that would have been fun to land on.
Yeah.
Zach, what's the chaperone's name who passed away? Do you remember?
What's up?
The chaperone from the venue that passed away.
Irene.
I see. She's in the background there, man. Big shout out to Irene. Easily the best chaperone we had at that venue, man. Only one that actually cared to watch the shows, and she was awesome, man. I was very bummed to find out we lost her last year. Great lady.
Oh, Irene? You mean the black lady?
Yeah, man. She passed away.
What? Are you serious? I did not.
No,
I did not know this. When did she pass?
I told you that because I swear I told you that. Because she passed away right around Christmas time of 2019. And then when I went to go talk to Riverside about doing another show there, that's when I found out. So once I got the word on the venue, I found out that too. And we were going to do a big thing for her at this show. Oh, look.
There's the cheese grater.
With a cheese grater.
Man, look at that. I didn't even have a beard, man. That stupid chin strap thing going on. Oh
yeah, you did.
Yeah,
and you know
pre-beard.
Pre-beard, yeah. Still short hair, yeah. Eat that, Zach. There's your cheese for your pizza.
Draven, any plugs for anyone in need of some beard help?
Absolutely. I mean, seriously, if you guys are really trying to get your beard game where it needs to be, so you don't get the itch, you don't get the dandruff, if your beard is smelling great, it looks fantastic. Alpha Wolf Beard Balm and Oil. If you go to alphawolfbeards.com, you can look at all the products that we have. It's all natural and organic products, handmade, everything, man. Right now, we're actually currently working on a new scent and a new beard butter, which I'm in the process of actually going through every item that we have, breaking it down and explaining what it does for the people that don't know. I mean,
the beard butter is phenomenal on a Hawaiian roll.
Yeah, there you go. Seriously, if you don't take care of your beard, you're technically assassinating it, which is what I just did to Zach in that last scene. So
hey,
hey, what? Come on.
Don't forget to send me that check in the mail, Draven, for that long ass plug.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I was trying to cut it down a little bit, but I'm like,
Are those the? Oh my!
Full 500 mode.
Those are. So, fun fact. Once you incorporate Legos into a match, every bump after that is a Lego bump. Like there is no like getting away from it in any way, shape, or form, and it all sucks. And like,
dude, I'm just happy it wasn't thumbtacks. That's what I'm happy about.
To be honest with you, man, like I don't like and this is gonna sound really weird, but like even coming from me who like does like the deathmatch stuff and like the hardcore stuff on like a regular basis, like I
Mhm.
cannot stand barbed wire and I cannot stand thumbtacks. Like I fucking hate it. I don't. I'm just not a fan of them.
I'm not a fan of either or. That's why I don't do them. That's why if everyone's like, "Hey, let's do a Lego match," I'm game. Oh, let's do
Right?
thumbtacks and razor blades. No, I'm good.
Wait, are
Nah,
you guys
like
not aware I booked for the 5th anniversary No Ropes Barbed Wire, you two?
All right, sweet. And of course, this is right when everything changes. And you know what? That was not. Uh, I rather land on Legos than get hit with a kendo stick.
what?
So God.
You did. You swanton
Uh,
the hell out of that.
dude, when I got done with the match and went to the back, and they were taking care of my cuts because obviously I'm wrestling without a shirt on. There was a Lego embedded in my left shoulder blade underneath my dragon tattoo that they had to pull out, man. Like, and it like it's as soon as that's right when I got it in was when I landed that my basically botched that swanton, and it was in my back the rest of the match. And here I am trying to move it, so I'm like, oh, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Nope. And then there's another bump in it. There's another bump in it. Oh wait, let's do one more. Sure, Zack gets it too this time. I go to the
Yeah,
corner. This is
I threw
the
that drop
Bakuza
kick
kicker.
straight, and like all I remember is like after that drop kick, I just hit it, and I was like, that sucked. Like,
This is when we did the whole follow the leader. I love that spot so much. If it's done right, it's so good. Go
no,
down.
that was the comeback actually.
No,
So it was
no. I chased you back and I gave you the forearm. Then you come back with the Wakuza kick, and then I fall down. And
right,
that's when
and
you
then
did the
you
swan.
folded
Yeah,
down, and then I hit the cannonball. That's right.
yeah. I mean,
I don't even know. I don't even know half the shit that I do anymore. I see like old videos like this where I'm like, I
yeah,
used to hit a senton like that. Why
yeah.
don't I do that anymore?
Oh, I can tell you exactly why. Because you don't do regular matches; you do hardcore matches now.
Oh,
I
I'm
could still hit a
tired.
senton in a hardcore match.
Well, yeah, but you don't do it in the corner anymore. You haven't done that in a
No,
long
like
time.
I haven't hit the cannonball in a while. I haven't hit that senton in a hot minute. I remember this sucked. This was not the best idea I've ever had in
No,
my entire
nope.
life.
Yeah, let's use the walker and then let's put a chair on top of it. Oh no, this sucked so much. I would rather be hit with a kendo stick at this point because that thing still had the screws in it. It still had the gears in it, and for those that are at home thinking, oh yeah, that thing is probably like kind of pre-broken. No, that was
No,
not broken.
no.
That hurt.
But like you made up for it, like because I remember the indentation, like the entire outline of the little like
Yep.
ukulele that was across your back. And then I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I'm gonna grab this walker, which I don't even know where I got the walker. I think I specifically asked for the walker to be there. And I was like, I'm gonna put this chair on it and I'm gonna do something stupid to him. And
Yeah.
it didn't work.
Yeah.
And you
This
could
is.
see like your entire face like right
Uh
there on the
huh.
ropes where you're just like, I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, dude, that hurts so much. I'm so glad I'm glad I took it on my back and not on my head because if you hit me in the head with that, like Jeff Jarrett style, I would have been knocked out.
Oh yeah.
100%. What did I do?
Oh, what's
I did a
this?
mission. This is a Michinuga driver. I think I went for, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You gave me that look like you son of a bitch.
Dude, that thing
You
sucks
gave me
so
that.
bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I,
that
I
was the look of I'm okay, but I hate you right now.
well, it's payback. I mean, but the thing is too is I think with that move, it was not as bad as getting hit with the guitar. You know, I
I
think
don't
you
know.
got off. I
Vice
think you
versa.
got off easy, and I should have really shredded your face up with that cheese grater because if I did, you wouldn't have been able to get face tattoos.
Yeah, I would have. That would have been fine.
Well, good. I'm waiting for you to go ahead and tattoo your eyes next.
Shut up, Joe.
Nah.
He won't do it. That's the thing, though, and that's a good thing.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he won't do it. There's the fucking forearm. Oh, here I am, cussing like a sailor now to the. Oh, that's right. You got out of that move. Yeah, I know. Yeah, then we set it up for the Blue Thunder.
I went for it was the Blue Thunder. I went for the kick. You ducked out of it and then hit me with the Blue Thunder still.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that security guard in the back? I love how, like, some are constant and some are just changing all the time.
I have no idea.
I think that was Wolf, I think.
Who?
The big biker-looking dude.
No,
he wasn't.
Normal dude in the background.
Oh, yeah. I know. We can't have a steady amount of security guys.
No.
Never. Oh man.
And I remember this because I hated this. This one scared me.
Me hitting you with a chair.
Is that what you're setting up for? I thought you were setting up for something else.
I went for it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Then I threw it at you, and then.
And you caught me with the Enzy.
Yeah. I would rather take that from somebody as long as I know how to throw it properly, that I can catch it just right, so it actually looks like they're just taking off my head, Van Damme style.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Dan having to do the 1, 2, 3 and
yeah, he's not ready with any gloves or nothing, man. Yeah.
Well, thank God it wasn't glass.
I don't feel sorry for him, so.
Well, you don't. But at the
I don't
time,
care about the referees.
I know you don't care about. Oh man.
Fans, referees, like, if you're in the ring and I'm not working you, like, I don't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. Like,
oh man, yeah, I give it a shot. You hit like a bitch. All right, I'll hit you again. I don't even think I even started doing the violence party to you yet.
No, like you didn't start that till later on.
I think I started that like when we started to go more ruthless style.
That's right. I put the boot up, and then you went down, and then I hit you with the double stomp.
Yep, and that's when you started incorporating the double stomp.
That was the safest one that I think I've thrown ever.
Yeah, because you landed on me, and you used me as a safety net for you to land, and then I go down instead of someone just just laying there. Yeah, believe me, if I could do this, if I could do the double stomp, I would do it. But now having knee surgery, I'm like, nope, can't do this move. Nope, can't do that move. I was talking with a buddy of mine, and he's like, well, what kind of style are you planning on going with? I said, I think I'm going to go more ruthless and more aggressive and eat
right
more
here
watermelon.
Is where I choked on the fucking watermelon. Yeah. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I threw it in there first, and I went to go say Madhouse, and I was like,
Did I put you through the door, or did
you did?
I put you through the door, yeah.
Kinda.
That's right. My foot broke the door.
No. Your foot didn't break the door. Your foot hit the corner of the door, like on the edge of it. So what happened was the door shot up. And like if you would have actually like landed on your feet to like if you would have went down with it and not a throw with it, my neck would have hit the top of that door.
Yeah, it's scary looking at it. Yeah, you'll see it in a minute.
Knock.
It's the knock super kick.
Yeah, knock.
You break it knocking, don't you?
Yeah. I think he dented it, and then it's GameStop super kick. Loved it. The what were we just saying?
Wrestling's fun.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go more like a Dean Malenko style. I think I'm actually gonna use, since I can't do the Blood Eagle anymore because of my knee. I think I'm gonna do a submission as my finishing move now.
While we're talking about that, Dravin, give the fans and me and everyone an update. How far along are you? How you feeling? When can we expect you in the ring? Hopefully, there will be a ring when you are ready. Oh God, this spot.
Oh man, the kid spot.
For the record, real quick, Real Pro does not condone what Zack does, even though Zack's the owner.
No, yeah. Hold on. I gotta be
No,
right
hold
back.
up, hold up.
I have to get my charger. My phone's gonna die. 2 seconds.
So again, and I don't care what anybody says, and now that he's not here, I can totally tell the story without him interrupting. So they started that chant, and I didn't even know what they were saying because the entire time that the kid's family was like, use my kid, and they're like banging on the table, and all I heard was Draven go, I'm not using the kid. So as he's picking me up, I'm like, what happened? And he's like, they want me to use the kid. And I was like, oh shit. So I popped his hands, hit him real quick, and I was like, I'll use the kid. We were just talking about how lovely of an individual you are. Like, no, how they were like, it was at that point in time, like you were up and they were chanting, use my kid. And you were like, I'm not using your kid. And we had like that little brief conversation in between where you were like, oh, they wanted me. And I was like, I'll do it.
Well, what's going on with my knee? Been doing physical therapy once a week at the office. And then I do it at home all the time. And they got me running on the treadmill. I'm running almost at a 10 speed. They got me doing seriously like football exercises, high knees, shuffles, running, a whole bunch of different things. And he's like, oh man, we should be able to get you back in the ring like in about a month or two. And I'm like, I'm in no rush because if I rush it, I'm afraid that I'll get injured again.
No,
I want
don't
to make
rush.
sure. Yeah. So like, and they had me jumping and then doing like
here's the
180s. Yeah.
Here's that.
It was too close. Yeah.
You see that? Like, do you see like the table was completely up, and I was like, "This is how I'm gonna die."
Yeah. But at least it'll be at the hand. It would have been
ever Madhouse match.
Yeah.
But the doctor said he said maybe August I might be able to come back. So
you mean
as of
the anniversary show?
Yeah. So as of where I'm standing right now, my goal is to be back in the ring maybe after the anniversary show.
Oh, so not the anniversary. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm in no rush. I might even have to wait till next year. I don't know yet. So we're just, keeping it safe. I mean, I got a baby on the way, so and I don't want to go through this again because this has been by far one of the worst experiences I've ever had to deal with.
A dramatic moment.
Seriously, I've done that. I've done a lucha arm drag off the top rope for years, and the one time I misjudged it, I landed in the wrong part of the ring because I used the wrong side of the arm, and obviously I paid it. I'm just surprised my bad leg, which is my left leg, didn't either get the same treatment or went. My good knee went, and there's just no way of knowing how that would ever happen. The doctor's like, you tore your ACL, you tore your meniscus, and you have a contusion on your femur. He's like, you did a number on yourself. So technically, I pretty much ran, I did a Seth Rollins, I did a move and got injured. Pretty much almost blew up my knee.
So
back to the match.
I was about to say, so what just happened was outside of all these moves that we used to just kill each other with.
Yeah, we went crazy on this one.
You powerbombed me through the table, and then somehow, somewhere in it, we hit the time limit draw, which I wasn't even aware of, because when have we ever listened to time limits in Real Pro?
Yeah, for the main event, we do whatever we want.
So no, but we ran the time limit draw, and that's when the fans wanted 5 more minutes, and we went in strong and just started beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, just throwing some punches. You hit me with the German. I think he was in the straight jacket German on that one. Then he went for the Abigail or the Fester or whatever we call it.
Yeah, you rolled me through, and I want to say it was a cutter straight to Legos. That was fun.
Yeah. Let me tell you about me landing on Legos again.
God. I went face first, man.
You went face first, but I was protecting your face. My whole back ate it again.
You never
Obviously,
protect on the cutter. Ever.
You always.
I've taken
What are
so
you
many
talking
from
about?
you. You never protect on the cutter.
Always talk about who's doing the TKO and not doing it properly. Oh man, what do we do after? Oh, what was I going for? You were doing it in practice. Someone did a TKO, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
you know.
you might have.
No, that was fine. I felt okay after that. It wasn't even that. But like, so you went for the moonsault, super kicked your leg out from under you, super kicked you in the face, and then I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, this is where I think this is like the second time I've ever pulled it, and I was gonna set it on the ropes, and I was like, oh, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? Because I don't want it to move.
I
So
think
I grabbed
you
the
should have
kid,
just
and I was like,
yeah.
come here and hold him.
Yeah.
And he said something to you. What did he say to you?
I think I said to him, "Let me know when he's coming," and he's either that or I said, he goes, "This is gonna hurt." He
Yeah,
said
no,
one
I
of those
think he
two
said this is
things.
gonna hurt.
It would have been
That
it,
freaking.
yeah. You don't do that one anymore.
The last time I did that was that cage match.
Was it the
I
cage
haven't felt.
match?
Yeah, that was the very last time that I hit that.
You should have stuffed me in the trash can. It would have been better.
We were
It would.
going to, but at the point in time, like it would have been easier if I had you still up there. But when I kicked you, you went completely upside down. So I was like, we'll just do it this way.
Well, I mean, you still could have picked me up and then stuffed me in there, or somehow it would have been a little bit more. It would have been more easily protected. Because I mean, like I would never know until I felt the ring vibrate. That's when I know it's coming. Like it's a scary, it's a scary feeling, man. Because you don't know when it's coming. You don't know how hard it's gonna come, especially with being stuck. Being blinded. It sucks, man. It's rough.
Dude, taking anything's what, like taking anything when you're, and this is what like a lot of people don't understand. Like, you can sit here and you can do all these things in the middle of the ring and it's
Mm-hmm.
fine. But when somebody hits you in the corner, like they're hitting you.
Yeah.
Especially like if they're throwing their body weight into it. Like when Barrington comes running in to hit you with the splash in the corner, like that's
Mm-hmm.
you in the corner and like you have nowhere to go. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. It's just like when we went to one of the Evolve shows and I saw Ricochet live, and I said, when you hit those moves, like, what are you doing? Like, how do you brace yourself? He's like, I just land on him. I mean, the guy's 180
because
pounds.
he's protecting himself more than anything, which is
Yeah.
important, especially when you're hitting those shooting stars and everything else. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I think
I don't
I
even.
could. I think I could hit a frog splash still.
I'm
But
always
I'm
good every time I do my shooting star. So
Well, so I for over here, that's where I'm at right now. I'm actually like sitting at the ring while we do this, and I built a crash pad out of old wrestling mats, and I got my hands on a vinyl crash pad
Mhm.
casing. So I stuffed it full of old wrestling mats, and I built a crash pad. So like once my ankle gets better, I'm gonna start working on the Phoenix Splash again, because out here, like on this 30-day lockdown, like I got nothing better to do. So like I'm constantly working on just like rope stuff and trying to figure out why I'm 6'5" and I want to be a luchador. I haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to hit that Phoenix Splash. But I'm so concerned about taking like that impact to my knees that like I don't know. Like I still refuse to hit the double stomp to this day. Like I'll like every time I go for it, they move and it just sucks. But like I'm terrified to hit somebody with it laying
don't
down the
do
way
it.
that I used to.
Then don't do
Well,
it.
like
Honestly.
I can still do it when somebody's up, like in between the ropes and stuff like that. Like I have no problem hitting it that way.
Mhm.
I think I've always been scared to hit the double stomp when somebody's laying down, because like that is it's 250 pounds of me coming straight down, and like if I miss, or I don't bend right, I'm gonna kill them, and I'm gonna tell everybody that Jordan owns Real Pro, and he just books me.
And you see, and this is why you talk to me about these moves, and I tell you don't do it because of A, B, and C. Like, you're 250 pounds, you're 6'5". Stop doing luchador moves, okay? Brody King does it because he's booked all these millions of shows and shit like that.
Listen,
He's probably younger than you too.
The amount of looks I can give you do not even explain anything when we're like, oh, more bang for your fuck, and you hit him with that, and you're like, okay, and then you hit him with the double stomp. Do you have any idea how many times you've called the double stomp for me on my own moveset?
Because now you can't do it now because you've done it so many times. That's why. If you were like,
totally
hey,
still do it.
Can you do it without hurting yourself?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, maybe. Well, there you go.
Jordan
just he's just changing the backgrounds as it goes.
Is he? Jordan, what's the background?
It's an outer space.
So I can see you.
Oh, now Jordan, outer space.
Zach, if you swiped it right, you can have 3 boxes of all of us in there.
Really? Oh, look at that! Thank you. I'm still learning how this whole thing works.
You've only been seeing one of us this whole time.
Yeah, so like the way that it was set up was every time Joey or Jordan, every time Jordan would talk, he would pop up, and then when Dravin would pop up or would say something, he would pop up. So like, and I'm just
when we were on the video, did you see the rest of my YouTube?
I did.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Yo,
you know what I like? Wrestling, Conan O'Brien, and whatever else was on there.
Since we're here, I gotta ask, man, from both opinions, because me and Jordan were talking about it earlier in the university chat, and I don't know if you've seen yet, but did you see all the releases that have happened in WWE today?
I just saw them, man. That's a lot of people, man.
It's the worst it's ever been. They used to do this a few years ago, if you remember. There was like Black Fridays. This is a Black Wednesday, man. So many names.
Dude, I want to say there's easily 25 names on there.
They just released I think it was 10 to 12 people today, and Dave Meltzer on the whatever his thing is. Observers. He said, on Pro Wrestling Observer, he says that's just the first wave. The second wave is coming, and that's crappy, dude. Like, I
wrote on my Facebook, Apollo Crews, don't answer your phone. Akira Tozawa, don't answer your phone.
Ricochet,
we gotta keep Ricochet.
No, dude, I think they'll keep Ricochet because he's doing the thing with Cedric and he's constant on TV. You know what I mean? But I was shocked when did Rowan, that's Rowan.
Eric Rowan's. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. The other half of the Viking Raider, is he the one that got?
No, the Raiders are
Rowan,
like Luke Harper's Rowan.
Yeah.
Oh.
He got cut.
He's going to AEW.
Both of the
no, he's not.
Both of the Raiders are still there, but the Raiders' wife, Sarah Logan or Sarah Hogan, Sarah Logan, she got cut. But then she just had a thing on I think it was Monday night where they broke her arm. So
with Shayna,
good way to write her off.
Exactly.
Well, so that Rusev is gone. They got rid of a whole bunch of backstage talent too.
Rusev? So they let Rusev go because he hasn't signed his contract yet.
Yeah, no, they released him. They released Shane Helms. They released Billy Kidman.
Yep.
Wait, Kidman?
Yeah,
I didn't read Kidman.
Mike the Shinoda, the referee. I don't know if I got his
for
last name
20-some
right.
years. Yeah.
They also got rid of the Canellises, both of them.
Yeah.
And they just had a baby.
Yep. The OC.
Dude, that one shocked me. I didn't because they just did their spot on Mania and they have been predominant on TV
They won
for
that cup from Saudi Arabia. They were champs,
Yeah.
I think, right? They had a run this year as champs.
Yeah, and the thing is
yeah.
too is that they're getting rid of a lot of high priced people, but you also got people that wanted to be cut and let go of their contract, and they said no, we're not going to do that, and now they're cut like the Canellises.
Revival were the first ones gone. Yeah,
Dude, Revival, dude, they're so AWE bound 100%. And
well, I mean, they've always had a relationship with the Bucks, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's going to be so good.
I was shocked when they got rid of Mike Rotunda, dude, because I was like, IRS has been there forever. But like, this is the thing that, because I was just having the conversation the other day about Chico, because Chico did AEW, and they were like, well, now his WWE stuff is completely gone, and Chico is always a backstage hand or something for NXT with it and SmackDown and Raw and all of that. So when they were like, oh no, like there goes Chico's opportunity for WWE,
mm-hmm.
and then we saw him on
WrestleMania.
We saw him on Mania. So I was like, okay, like that's cool. Like nothing happened to Chico in order for anything like that, which is really cool, because if anybody deserves it, it is Chico.
But you have to remember that WrestleMania was recorded 2 weeks prior to AWE showing too.
Fair, very true. I just know that because when we were having the conversation, it's, WWE is so big on like loyalty, so big on loyalty. So when you look at that and you're like, okay, well, you look at Mike, Shinoda, right? Chioda, sorry. If you look at Mike Chioda, like he's been there for 20, 25 years, man. Like if same thing with Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, like they have been WWE guys for the longest time. So the fact that
6, he had about 15 years.
And Chioda's been there since '89. And it's unreal.
That's 30 years. Like, so to just be like released, like, does WWE really give a shit about loyalty? Like, that's the biggest thing. I read on Meltzer that the only reason why they're promoting Jeff Hardy the way that they are right now is because they reworked out a contract for Hardy to sign, because his contract was up at the end of the year. So they set up for him to do, they gave him another contract, and from obviously like speculation wise,
real quick, are we chit-chatting or do you want this on the video?
No, this is fine. So they offered Hardy a buttload of money to like re-sign with them, give him a push, and make it so he doesn't end up at any AEW with Matt, because that's where he would have went. Like the second anything would have been mentioned about Jeff being gone, you would have got Brother Nero in AEW.
I don't take it, man. I mean, just someone like Jeff could easily go back to Impact if he wanted, or Ring of Honor, or whatever. I'm sure the club will pop back up in New Japan, maybe. Like, there's options now. So right now, it's like options right now, but there will be.
Like Jeff Hardy in Real Pro, like something crazy could happen.
Here's the thing.
I was gonna say off air, Zach. From the list, who do you want me to holler at? 5th anniversary.
No, like I've already started thinking about it, because like it would be cool to have Anderson, it would be cool to have Gallows, because like you'd have to bring them in as a pair. Dude, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins also would be really fun. Like there's a bunch of there's a bunch of names on there that would be really dope to do. And like,
do you have any rare action figures you could sell to Ryder for an appearance?
That's true.
Yeah, I do.
All right, Ryder, contact us.
Like I do. I've got some rare action figures. But yeah, man, I think it's crazy what's going on in the wrestling world today, because think about it, man. Like Vince literally just him and Linda did an $18.5 million endorsement for Trump's reelection On the same day that happened, wrestling was dubbed essential in Florida. And then not even 4 days later, Jordan, we're Wednesday now, 25 names released. Like, it's bananas, man.
This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A, bananas.
It's definitely very. I don't even know what to say, man. It's crazy.
This day, what we talked about, probably a little bit here and there for a while now. In the record books, this is the most releases probably in a day. Who knows? I mean, the weird fingers crossed is in a few months. Maybe they'll bring a handful of these guys and girls back. But even then, like, I don't know.
This is how you clean house. It's just like with a job right now. Like, I'm pretty sure that with every job terminating so many employees at their establishments and stuff, like this is a way you can go ahead and clean house big time.
It essentially is, if you really look at it, because you don't really see the names that they mentioned that often. And like, when was the last time like they were in like an in-depth storyline and stuff like that? Like, the last thing that I remember from Ryder and Hawkins was them winning the tag team titles. Last year at Mania?
Yeah, last Mania, and they had a very poor run after that.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, it was bound to happen. I just think that it's a shitty time for it to happen, because like, it doesn't matter how much money Vince McMahon has with the WWE. Like, during this time, like, because I mean, you guys see it, like, they're not running Raw and SmackDown and NXT like they normally do, so the people aren't getting the constant TV time like they're used to. So like, Ruby Riott and Asuka went like a solid 15 on Monday Night Raw. Like, when was the last time you saw a Divas match go 15 minutes on Raw?
It's true.
They're not Divas anymore, sir, and they have. When was the last time Ruby Riott got that long? Apollo Crews and Aleister Black had like a really long match like last week or 2 weeks ago, which is good, but it's just, for a fact, if it was a normal Raw, it would have been either a minute or maybe 5 tops, not 2 segments.
No, like,
now.
That's what I'm saying. They're hurting with this whole pandemic, because they're like, okay, well, we can only have so many people in the building.
Yeah,
with that being said, yeah, let's give them time to work and stuff, which is cool. Like, it's great. Like, but at the same point in time, with this going on, I bet you anything, Vince was like, you know what? They're not going to see TV for a while. They're not going to see TV. They're not going to see TV. And we don't really need their hands on here. So like, why pay people to just sit around and do nothing? Let's get rid of them. And when all this changes, maybe we'll come back,
When do we tell Dravin he's fired? I mean, World Pro's got to do some cutbacks too.
No, we don't.
You don't? Sweet. Okay.
No.
Can I still fire Garrett?
Real Pro is fine. It's like Bullet Club is fine. Real Pro is fine.
Dravin, we've had to, while you were gone, we've had to come to terms on your release. We do wish you well in your future endeavors. And
thanks.
Good luck in marriage.
I appreciate that. I just want to let you know that I did get signed to AEW, and they're offering me a lot more money than you guys.
Oh, shit.
So,
can you send a word for me?
They're paying me $25 instead of $20. So
don't tell the people what we pay. God damn it. You know what I think sucks about the whole being released thing? Like, I know WWE has their terms that they say all the time, the wish around the future endeavors. Could you have now thrown out like another paragraph of like, hey guys, it's hit us hard, so we've had to do this. We don't want to do it. Give us something to show that you have some sort of soul. It just felt like
you like give a fuck, yeah.
Soulless announcement,
I think that from what
thank you, Keota. Thank you, Ryder. Something, man.
Exactly. Especially, I think what it is that they're doing this right now to cut the cost, save some money, and then when everything gets back to some kind of normality, then they'll be able to bring those guys back. Unlike, say the Canellises, because they were barely being used. The OC was a big part in the whole roster because they're ring generals, and you have AJ as well. So I think they'll bring them back. I think they'll keep Ryder. Hawkins, I don't know. I mean, you can use him for your live shows. I mean, he did have the longest losing streak in history.
He did.
He had like what,
You know,
235 or something like that.
Something crazy.
Yeah.
Something.
But like you have other wrestlers that aren't being used. Like let them go and do their own thing now. Like it sucks, yeah. Like Rey Mysterio, he sells masks, he sells tickets, he's good with the kids, so they're not going to get rid of him at all. Obviously, they're not
no,
going to get rid
especially
of.
with Ray. Especially
Yeah.
with Ray, like just coming back within like the recent times, like you know what I mean? And he's
Yeah.
been in some big stuff, like with the whole Brock Lesnar angle, and that's how they integrated Velasquez and shit like
Yeah.
that. So
He's
I don't
still
see
been
Ray
better
going
on
anywhere.
top
I
of
don't.
his card.
Yeah, like all like your big money dudes, they're not going nowhere. They're cutting
No.
people loose that they just don't seem
How
fit
about
to
this?
pay anymore.
Get rid of Gronkowski and save that money.
Yeah.
Boy, you are correct. I don't know. It's crazy, dude. Like it's not just like this pandemic. It isn't just like affecting because like now you see it affecting WWE, but like realistically, it has affected every indie worker in
Mm-hmm.
in the States. You know what I mean? And across the seas. Like I think this is the biggest hit on wrestling in a very long time.
It's the biggest hit on every sports. I mean, you look
Yeah.
at you. I mean,
They killed the
XFL.
XFL again.
Mm-hmm. But this time it wasn't due to people not watching. It was due to the fact
No, I
that they
think,
had to do it.
it killed it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, no, Vince filed bankruptcy with the XFL.
Yeah. Yep. Again.
You hear about that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's crazy,
I
dude. And like,
go ahead. No, you go
Oh,
ahead.
I was just saying, like, it's crazy because like I had a couple of the guys over last night.
Mm-hmm. 6 feet,
and we were working
6
in the
feet
ring.
distance.
Yeah. And no, but like I had like 2 or 3 guys over last night, and we were working in the ring and stuff. And like one of them comes from 2.0 up in Orlando. The other one came from Gangrel School. And they told me flat out that like all wrestling schools are shut down as well. And like I have the benefit of having the ring like right here in the backyard. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like I kind of have like that extra luxury behind it where like I'm not forced to just stick with, you know, if you want to come wrestle, you're more than welcome to. And like
you are kind of forced and not supposed to. You're just doing it anyway. I know.
Yeah, like I'm doing what I normally do. I'm not listening to anybody. No, like I've been very cautious with it because a couple of the guys, like a group of them are normally here, and like they wanted to come and wrestle, and I was like, nah, man, like I got to keep it down to, you know, 2 or 3 kids in the ring right now, but just because like I can't have 15 cars out in my driveway right now. It'll freak people out. Like
you also need to be spraying down the ring too.
You know,
after every use. And you know what you could do, since you're not really working, what you could do is you can have them come in time frames too.
Yeah, no, like I've got them on like sections and stuff like that. So like it all is like working out. It's just crazy to me that everything with wrestling except for WWE is being shut down. And like to look at it as like the whole of like, oh, WWE is going to do WWE no matter what. Like, you know, they went through with Mania and all of that. And then here comes this news where 25 people, if not more, got released. So it's just shitty, dude. Like it sucks. Like I can't wait to get back to like some sort of like normality where we can just wrestle and have fun again.
Well, it's just like with baseball. I mean, you can like baseball season was just getting ready to start too, and they had to postpone it. I think hockey's getting ready to start.
Baseball?
I grew up playing baseball. Either way, I'm saying like you have sports that technically you could go ahead and have them play. Like you can have NASCAR, you can have golf, you can have baseball. You really can't do basketball or football, but also having people in the stadium buying tickets and buying food and drinks and stuff, that's what helps pay those ball players. And if you don't have that, You can't do nothing. That's the same thing with WWE. I'm very surprised right now that WWE is still putting on Monday night, Friday night, Wednesday night stuff, where technically if they really wanted to, they could go ahead and play WrestleMania 36.
Here's the thing. There is more to it than that, though. I think you also have to keep in the fact that they do have kind of promises and they have advertisers. And, if they're just airing a rerun, a lot of people may back out. And supposedly, too, there's a thing that they have to have so many new episodes. They can only show so much rerun. So, I get why they haven't gone dark, that they really are trying not to. So, I do get
it. But
they need to do something else. But I mean, like, if you only have 1.3 million viewers watching on Monday night, which is the lowest they've ever had in history, they gotta figure something out. And if not, like, I think a lot of people are getting rid of, like, their Comcast or Direct TV, like their TV services, because it's it's costing anywhere between $50 to $100 a month, and people are not. There's a lot of people that are not working, and that's the thing that sucks. I mean, if I was still working a full-time job, I wouldn't care, but no,
like I agree, man. Like, been home since the 15th, bro. Like,
dude,
I've been out of work since the 15th.
I've been out of work since the 20th, but you know what? A couple months prior to that, I was out of work for over a month, and here I am back to working, and then 3 months later, I'm out of work again.
I've been working like a day, so
well, you guys hiring?
You're essential. You're essential.
I'll get you a job, Dravin.
Where are you working at?
I work at the pub, baby. The pub.
Which one?
The Publix.
Oh, the Publix. All right, I got it. I don't care. I'll stock fucking shelves all day long. I don't care.
Good.
Well, and that's a dude. Like, so one of my homegirls, like, she literally just opened up her tattoo shop, and she's been running her tattoo shop for 4, maybe 5 months. Pulled out a $50,000 loan to open up said tattoo shop, and the money that she makes tattooing supplies like her daughter, her house, her bills, her everyday life essentials, plus paying the building stuff on the tattoo shop. And with her being shut down for this month, like, she's struggling hard, man. Plus she has to pay back the bank loans. And I found out that my boss still has to pay rent and insurance for the building, even though we were forced to shut down. And, like, the electric company down here doesn't work with you. They're like, oh, well, we can just give you an
extension is what it is, because I already called them. I got an extension. I got to pay it in like 2 days. And then in May's been postponed, and we got a discount on it.
Yeah. So, and that's what they're doing down here, but it's like, fuck, dude, like, the shit just doesn't help. Everybody else is being really cool, but, like, I don't, like, I still got to pay rent. I still have to take care of the electric and the, like, the water and shit.
Yeah.
And with no money coming in, like, don't get me wrong, I love that stim check that just came in, but at the same point in time, like, that's gone. That covers me literally for the rest of this month. So
did you already get
what
your
about
check?
next? Yeah.
Oh, lucky you. I just filed for the direct deposit, so hopefully I get it in a couple days.
They went off of taxes, so.
No.
Yeah.
I actually I signed in today with the IRS and filled out the whole paperwork. So hopefully my direct deposit comes into play really, really soon. So.
Yeah. But so hopefully, like, it all kind of just works itself out, because this is just becoming ridiculous. But
it is.
Boys,
there's something. Yeah, you have to go.
I was to say, I gotta go. I gotta go take care of the kid, and I still gotta go brave Target. So it's been.
Zack. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just gonna say thank you for joining us here on the first ever watch along, plus a really long bonus discussion of the current state of wrestling in the world. Thank you so much, Zack. Thank you, Dravin Frost here. Guys, we'll talk again soon. Stay safe, stay sane, and I love you more than you'll ever know.
That's very kind words.
Thank you.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. No, too much.
No, too much. Too soon.
All right.
Too soon.
On that note, Carol Baskin killed her husband. Bye, guys.